The rise of the divine masculine through divine union. The previous ascension cycle brought the rise of the divine feminine upon this planet. Through the work of mostly female embodiers, mostly, not all, the divine feminine energy upon our planet was brought into energetic balance once again. Thus, we have experienced a large number of female embodiers upon the planet. We have also seen a large number of males bring the feminine energy within themselves into balance. The rise of the divine feminine is now allowing the space for the divine masculine to rise. If we look at the energy of the masculine before this ascension process began, we can see how it has been out of balance by dominating and suppressing the feminine energy. This occurred within most individuals and the collective. Most were, are, or have run a dominating masculine energy through their system, creating an energetic imbalance. As the divine feminine began to awaken and take back her power, she rose and ascended past the masculine into the higher frequencies. This has created the space for the divine masculine to now rise to meet her. Since last year, the masculine has begun his ascent and embodiment of the higher frequencies. I feel it is important to stop for a moment and explain that the divine masculine is an energetic force of creation. It is the electric principle of creation as opposed to the magnetic force that is the divine feminine principle. Therefore, these words, divine masculine and divine feminine, refer to energy or an energetic force within any logos of creation. Because we are a fractal of the whole, at different layers of the consciousness fractal, our gender carries one of these energetic principles as its core force. Thus, because the divine feminine force was rising on our planet, we saw an increase in the actual number of females who have ascended. This does not mean that no males have ascended. However, because the divine masculine energetic force is now rising into the higher frequencies, we will see a large number of males ascending as we did when the divine feminine made her ascent. Simply put, the energetic forces of both will be in balance once again. This is being facilitated by divine union of many males and females upon the planet at this time. The ascent of the divine masculine could only be done through the assistance of the divine feminine, both inside ourselves and with another. She herself becomes a container in which the divine masculine is birthing himself into the higher dimensions. This is allowing the divine masculine to rise in frequency to meet the divine feminine, restoring energetic balance to the planet. This is occurring within all layers of consciousness upon the planet, from the individual logos to the collective logos. There are certain souls who are actively engaged in divine union as pairs and are in service to restore energetic balance to the planet. Those that are currently in these unions, or that will be in the coming months of 2020, are experiencing the rise or rebirth of the divine masculine in a powerful way. As the female has physically birthed herself into the higher dimensions, she now physically births her masculine counterpart into the higher dimensions as well. Through the act of sacred sex, she is birthing the light of her masculine counterpart into this existence. As the masculine raises his frequency, he is ready to embody more light. When it is time for this embodiment, there is a signal received within the body of the female, and she magnetically begins to pull the masculine into her. There is then a transfer from him to her through the act of intercourse. This light is immediately received within the womb of the female. She instantly conceives and goes directly into an actual physical birth to bring forth his higher self, higher realities into this existence. The same process she did to birth herself into the higher dimensions. There are also transfers of light during acts of sacred sex that are for the collective realities and higher self of their union as a collective logos of two souls in divine union. This helps to construct the diamond sun body of their collective logos. Additionally, there are also pairs of souls in divine union that serve the collective consciousness of Gaia, who, through sacred sex, will birth the collective higher self and realities, contributing to the construction of the collective diamond sun body of Gaia. This process can only be achieved when both the male and the female souls of the union are in divine union or balance within themselves. This is also known as Hieros Gamos. The feminine has always been the principle that births creation with the energy and will of the divine masculine. It takes both the masculine and the feminine principles to create. The rise of the divine masculine to meet the divine feminine in the higher frequencies is an important part of restoring energetic balance on this planet in order for the collective ascension to occur. We will begin to see more and more males completing their ascension to New Earth this year and in the coming years as they begin restoring their own masculine energy to its divine state of being. There were many who restored the divine feminine energy within the previous ascension cycle, and with the restoration of the divine masculine, will move into divine union within. Once this occurs, those choosing divine union with their female counterpart will be ready to find her to assist with birthing their light and higher self for embodiment. It is important to understand that this cannot occur until both the female and the male are in energetic balance within themselves. The unification of the masculine and feminine is occurring as more masculine are now rising. This will allow the ascended feminine to find her mate, and each will energetically support each other in their embodiment. For the masculine supports her, and she supports him in equal energy exchange or balance. When this meeting of souls has taken place, or an existing couple reaches this stage, an energetic marriage of souls takes place. This is an unmistakable experience where the sensation of becoming one soul is energetically and physically experienced by both. This event signifies the merging of the two into one logos and also signals the construction of the diamond sun body of the new logos. This is also where group mastery begins. Not only does each have to master all 144 frequencies of creation as an individual soul for ascension and full embodiment, they now begin the work of mastering all 144 frequencies as a pair, a group soul or logos of two souls operating and creating as one consciousness. This is happening now with certain pairs of souls who are in service at the highest levels of creation to support the ascension and restoration of energetic balance of the collective consciousness of Gaia. As we continue the planetary ascension, this will become the standard for all unions upon this planet. This is true energetic balance between partners. The electric masculine principle and the magnetic feminine principle in perfect balance in 0 point. It is from this creation point that pure source energy presents, allowing the pair to birth the highest realities for all into this existence. The energy between the two must be balanced. If there is a pull one way or the other, the union will come off balance, become polarized, and distorted realities will present. It becomes highly important for each to recognize when they become imbalanced within or as a union, so that they can either go apart if needed and or shift all from the inside to restore balance, restoring 0 point, allowing pure source consciousness to return within and in the union. The divine feminine now stands ready to receive the rising divine masculine. She stands in forgiveness, compassion, and love with an open heart. The divine masculine has shed his shadow. He too stands in forgiveness, compassion, and love, ready to take his rightful place beside the divine feminine. They now stand side by side in perfect balance and complete support of one another. It is from this place that embodiment of the divine masculine can occur through the sacred womb of the divine feminine. It is from this place that the divine feminine can create and birth the highest realities for their union and the collective. It is from this place that true divine union is achieved and energetic balance restored to all. This process of unification of the divine masculine and the divine feminine is happening across all layers of the consciousness fractal. The individual soul, soul pairs, soul groups, and ultimately the entire collective consciousness of Gaia. It is important to note that not all souls will come into divine union with a physical partner. Some have partners incarnated elsewhere that energetically support them here in this existence, and some choose to be androgynous. There is no wrong, right, or better. It is simply a matter of the chosen experience and coding of each soul. Those in and now coming into divine union as soul pairs are here to serve the collective by restoring energetic balance back to the planet to facilitate the collective ascension and manifestation of collective realities. Throughout the remainder of 2020, we will continue to see a breakdown of the old masculine, old systems, governments, etc., and a rise of the divine masculine, new systems and structures that support the greatest good of all, birthed through the divine feminine. There are key triggers and events that will occur this year to support this process on a global scale. The old masculine self must die in order for the divine masculine to truly rise and be birthed on a collective level. Once this occurs, the build of New Earth will accelerate. The new structures can be put in place, and we can move forward with the unfolding of the divine blueprints of this star system. Those in divine union may find themselves called to key sites upon the planet throughout 2020 during these triggers in order to be stabilizers that hold the energy during shaky times of crumbling of the old. The next key dates for this to occur will be the spring equinox in March and Easter from Good Friday through Easter Sunday. The divine feminine has rebirthed herself and is in full energetic support for the divine masculine during this time. Let us all unite to focus on love, the highest outcomes and intentions to support the rise of the divine masculine through his rebirth, restoring energetic balance to our planet. We are one family of love, one family of light. Together we are creating our new earth. I love you all so very much, beloveds. Sophia.